Hi, good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
It's so good to be here today. Thank you so much for the invitation to be live on your channel.
Thank,
Yeah,
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
yeah.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the invite. Ji.
As I have already introduced to the audience about what you do, I would love if you brief about yourself to the audience that what we
All right.
are doing.
Okay. So, hello everybody. I welcome all the audience here. Thanks to Team MMH for inviting me here. So, myself, architect Sarab Marwah. I'm practicing in Mohali. So, I graduated from Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar in the year 2007. Post that, I was working in Mumbai for 2.5 years. I started my practice in 2009, July 2009, and since then I'm practicing here. So that's all about my education. Yeah.
Ma'am, let me, before starting with all the basic questions, firstly, I would ask you what really inspired you to pursue architecture? Was it family or was it your friend circle that made you choose architecture? Because it is not very easy approach for everybody to choose architecture. So what was your passion behind choosing architecture?
So I think I'll just go back to the age when I was in second class, maybe 7 or 8 years old. So there was a friend of mine, very, very good friend, and we used to play at each other's places all the time, from morning to till the evening. So her mother happens to be an architect, and she used to work on the drawing boards with a lot of pens, rotary pens. तब वो चलते थे, drawing boards होते थे. अब तो चलो there are computers. बट तब वो पेन्स चलते थे एंड हम दोनों को बहुत अच्छा लगता था वो पेन्स को सॉर्ट करके रखना. यूज्ड टू हेल्प हर आउट with things. So she happens to be Dr. Prabjot. She's a very well-known face in our industry as well. So she inspired me a lot at that age. And suddenly I said, I want to be like you. And she said, what do you do? I asked her, what do you do? And she said, I'm an architect. I'm like, I want to be an architect too. So just recently what happened was that I was getting my house painted and I had those small slam books with me. We used to write it when we were kids.
Yes.
So usme it was written, what do you want to be in future, your ambition? So I had written an architect. And that was a very proud moment for me that today I could say that yes, it's a dream come true for me and I'm an architect. So that was my first experience with the profession.
Yes,
So with a lot of creativity and all, yeah.
Because when we used to write on the slab books, most people are like, I want to become an astronaut, I want to become an actor. Nobody know anyone who would have imagined of becoming an architect or in that age.
Correct. So, I felt very, very happy that yes, I've done what I wanted to. I just wrote it and I manifested it. So that was a great moment for me. Yeah, that was my first experience. And then gradually, yes, it was back in my mind कि हाँ मुझे architect ही बनना है और कोई option है ही नहीं. So I'm not going anywhere else. This is the thing that I want to do in future.
That was sort of everything blurred out, but you were only focused towards the architecture. You want to do that.
So, exactly. I had my focus on that. Yes, architect, and there was nothing else in my mind since that age.
That's amazing. That's great. So my next question is about the collaborations. That as you would have been hearing about collaborations in every industry. People are doing collaborations with influencers, with their teammates, with the people in the same industry. So how do you look at the architecture industry and how like sometimes we know that people want to collaborate with other professionals to make income. Like I have to make a house. It is my dream. So, because as an architect, you have to collaborate with some of the other professionals to make that. What's your take on that?
Yes. I think collaboration is something. I think we collaborate with everybody. Whenever we are designing, we consider ourselves as gods, ideally, gods of all designers, that we can do everything. We can design interiors, we can do landscape, we can get into construction. We have all the practical knowledge of construction and all that. But then, yes, we need to collaborate with people. We need to collaborate with consultants and even clients. So initially, जब हमारे पास कोई client आता है, we ask them a lot of questions. We try to understand what he's trying to, achieve out of the house. When we are talking of these structures, electrical, client wants everything quick. आजकल किसी के पास टाइम नहीं है. क्लाइंट अगर हम लोग ये भी कह दें कि आपको हफ्ते बाद ड्राइंग मिलेगी, तो क्लाइंट उसी वक्त ही जस्ट गेट्स एग्रेसिव. नो आई डोंट हैव सो मच टाइम. आप लोगों के पास काम ज्यादा होगा एंड आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क लाइक दिस. सो आई नीड इट क्विक. So yes, for the time constraint also, we need to hire consultants who can assist us in the structures, electrical and all of that. And sometimes I think ये हमारी tendency normally भी होनी चाहिए. Whenever I design, whatever I do, जो भी मेरे आसपास होगा, I just show it to them. आपको क्या लगता है कि ये अच्छा idea है? This is not okay. I need to improve on this. What should I do? Even I ask my kids sometimes. I ask my daughter, okay, you tell me this color would look good here, or maybe this and this, and then she comes up with a different color altogether, and then I start thinking on those lines, because एक particular individual की जो thought है वो एक ही तरह से चलेगी, वो with a different person. So I think it's a process of collaboration. मतलब it's a total process of collaboration. A single person cannot do everything himself. And technically saying, yes, the conditions what are prevailing these days because of floods and what all has happened and what is happening in Himachal also now. And I feel really bad to look at it. But yes, as architects, I think we should collaborate with those people also who are thinking about the environment. We should look at the future perspective also, that we need to collaborate with a lot of people. We need to take all the views together and then work.
But we do is when we see other professionals, everyone has something to say about the particular design.
Correct.
Like when we have everyone's opinion, then we get to a very core idea that what we need to do further with the process. I think that process is called conceptualization, when you work on the concept basis.
So what I think, इसके अंदर एक और बहुत important aspect है कि what do we learn from what we do? We cannot be 100% correct, right? Either we can satisfy the client 90%, 80%. That is about okay. That is more about entrepreneurship. But otherwise, design को justice करने के लिए we can do 80%, 90%. We cannot do 100%.
Yes.
So after one project completes, I just figure out, I just review my performance. Okay, what all was not done properly, what I need to improve on. So I would not call that mistakes. Ideally, I would call them learnings.
Yes.
From each and every project or any activity that I do review it कि मैंने ठीक कहाँ गलत किया, कहाँ मैं और improve कर सकती थी, and then I take it forward in the next project. So percentage saying yes everywhere 90% ही I think हम लोग correct होते होंगे, but overall we progress further. हम एक ही position में नहीं रहते. Yeah.
Yes. So my next question is, what key skills do you think architects need to transition from a traditional role to a successful entrepreneurial venture?
Okay.
Like, as we know, that architecture has been for very long over here. It is just not now traditional architecture. Somehow, it has been an entrepreneurial journey for an architect as well. So what do you think that people should have skills within them to transform themselves with the coming up the new ideas and everything that they have within themselves?
See, I think कि जो traditional architecture था,
Yes.
we are not even 10% of it.
Yes.
I think converting that architecture, those skills into the modern ones is not the right statement. The right statement would be that how can we incorporate those capabilities, those ideas, and we can work at least 10, 15, 20% उतना हम कर सकें achieve जितना उन्होंने किया. Recently we were to a very historical place and there my daughter asked, Mama, ये कैसे बना होगा? Just imagine, there were no architects, there were no structural engineers, but they had those huge arches, they had no shuttering. I don't know how did they manage to do it. We need to learn from them. जब कुछ भी नहीं था तब उन्होंने बनाया. आज हमारे पास सब कुछ है. We need to learn from them.
Yes.
Professionally now.
That was where the skills that those people had. The skills, it is all about the skills that one person must be having, and it was without any sort of equipment. Because right now we have everything with us, but we don't have that particular skill that they people had.
Yeah.
So I think that is a mere drawback that we all have, because everything is now so much easier with the hands, with the technology, that nobody is working on the skills right now.
Correct, correct.
And
And moreover, what I think, उस वक्त कुछ pen paper भी नहीं होता होगा. I don't know how did they draw.
Yes.
और अभी then okay, there was a time when we had drawing boards, we had drawing sheets, we used to sketch, and अब हमारे पास softwares हैं. Still, we are unable to get even 10% of that precision.
Yes.
Just imagine. And okay, all our seniors, senior architects who've almost retired now, they used to work on drawing boards, and I must tell you, उनका अगर एक line भी draw होता था, that was perfect. You understand that? हम AutoCAD में 10 बार line बनाएंगे, हमारी line straight नहीं आएगी. But straight as in there would be some correction or something.
Yes.
But उनका था कि okay, एक line drawn and that is done and that is perfect. And they could even measure it. मतलब अगर हम scale से भी measure करें तो वो बिल्कुल perfect होता था, as was told.
yes.
So I think पुराने से हमें सीखना ज़्यादा चाहिए. And yes, आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा commercial हो चुका है business, obviously architecture as well. So we also have to move ahead. We need to take care of all the aspects and the expectations that a client has. Client को बहुत ज़्यादा expectation है.
Yes.
We have clients from the IT field. They have expectations. Okay, we enter and the design should be ready. It is
yes.
not that. It is more of an emotional connection with the design. We have to put in our soul. That cannot be put on in words. Yeah.
Because that's all about the technology, that even client thinks that with so much of the technology that the work should be done within a few hours, that is taking a week long with the architect or the designer to do, because they think that technology has made everything so much easier right now.
And I would also add to this, when I entered into architecture, I would say I was a very sweet little girl, and then when I graduated and when I was working in obviously Mumbai and then practicing, my profession has made me really bold and really strong.
Yes.
So see, all these things go hand in hand. अब ये process ऐसा है that we have to put in our soul. There's a lot to it. मतलब cannot be defined in such a short conversation. But yes, there's a lot to it.
Yes, because I had the honor to meet you at the event held by MMH and so you were one of the panelists over there. So when we looked up at you, it was just like somebody having so much passion about architecture, so much to say about architecture. The passion, the entrepreneurship in the field of architecture is very less seen today, because everybody thinks that it is just a piece of cake for everyone, but it takes a lot to do when you are in any field, not only architecture, but if you are doing something, so it is very, to give your 100% to that particular subject you are working in.
Correct. Recently, somebody just came up to me, abhi admissions ka process is going on, and they said कि मेरा बच्चा drawing बहुत अच्छी करता है, तो I'm thinking मैं उसे architecture में डाल दूँ. So I would not say that. I say, okay, after architecture, I drink 10 to 12 cups of coffee or tea in a day. Okay, I did not used to have it. I can have sleepless nights together. I can avoid sleeping for 2 days together. This is what our stream gives it to us. I love Mondays. I love to work throughout the week. So ये कुछ चीजें हैं जो हमें एक प्रोफेशन अपने आप ही ट्यून कर देता है. So it is not just कि हमारा drawing अच्छा है तो we can get into architecture. You need to be really strong. You need to be consistent. You need to be patient.
Yes, because as you have told us in the beginning, it was your imagination. I want to become an architect at the age of 8. And I don't know how long that period has gone, and you still have that dedication and passion towards that particular industry. You have everything into that particular project that you are doing.
Correct.
So how come you think that your passion is, right towards the client relation? Your passion has helped you to build a very good client relation.
Okay. Now, I would just give this example to you. For example, we are doing a hospital. We are designing a hospital.
Yes.
We need to think like a doctor first. उसको कैसे comfortable होगा. We need to think like maybe the staff, whatever they have, like nurses or maybe the lower staff, and then we need to think about the patients. How would they feel comfortable? We need to take care of the security part, privacy part, and all of those things. So basically, what I think, we need to be very diplomat with everybody whosoever is around. We need to be friends with them first.
Yes.
Until and unless I am not somebody's friend, I cannot do anything for them.
Yes.
Moreover, I think our profession works more on faith.
Yes.
If एक सिंपल what is said is कि अगर डॉक्टर की दवा भी वही काम आएगी जिस डॉक्टर पे भरोसा, नहीं तो आप टॉप से टॉप डॉक्टर के पास जाओ, आपको काम नहीं आएगा.
Yes.
So I think एक फेथ अपने पे डेवलप करवाना ऑनेस्टी से, ऑब्वियसली एक हमारी ड्यूटी होती है that we just catch over the as in we win their hearts first. तो पहले उनका दिल जीतना जरूरी है, and then we get into
Yes,
the profession. Yeah.
Yes, because when we look at anybody, any architect, so they had that particular meeting with that client, that what is your taste, what do you want with your home or your particular project, what do you want, that what is your imagination. Then imagine the way the client is imagining with their particular project. And that is, I think so, that is the beauty of architecture, that the person can imagine the way somebody is explaining.
Correct. And sometimes it so happens is that we just have a piece of paper and maybe not even a pen, and we just sketch it and we give it to you. Okay, see your house, and the client says, "Wow, I had a tour in my mind. Okay, I was traveling there, and then this thing happened, and this thing happened, and it is like that." So it's a journey of imagination.
Yes, actually, I had honor to host Mr. Aman Sohal with the session, and he told me one thing, that he said that architect is the person who can see the invisible.
Correct, absolutely.
Can see,
or maybe I would say can predict things also, as if we can predict कि okay ये client को पसंद आएगा नहीं आएगा, and then how do we have to tackle that particular situation. We see, he's a very good friend of mine, so we see what is invisible. We can predict what is going to happen. We can and yes, we can even mold the minds. I think we have the power. We are pretty powerful in our profession. We can even mold their brains. Okay, you don't have to think like this. You think like this now. Okay, that was your part. Now you think like me. So first we need to hear them out, and then we put our points forward.
The convincing power of the architect.
That's right. And then the client is, convinced already.
That is all about the trust that you have built in so many years with that particular person. So they already, if they are coming to you, they already have the trust within you, and that is all they seek for any other person. So coming up to the next question, it is about the networking. So networking is all about the entrepreneurship, and in any industry, networking is very important. Networking has a very crucial part to make. So what is your take on networking, and how networking has helped you in scale up your business or scale up your all of the design process?
Alongside, I am an architect, I'm practicing, but also I'm president with Rotary Club Silver City.
Yes.
So that is that atmosphere where you have professionals from all the fields, and you come to a common point where you are serving the society as well.
Yes.
It gives you, these networking things, they allow you to be more confident. It allows you to be on the stage and just, speak on the mic without any hesitation, So there are a lot of things. And when you're talking to the crowd, you're talking to people, you come up with different ideas with different professionals. When we are talking, we come up with a lot of ideas. Not necessarily कि हमें काम मिलेगा, but for our own development or own personality development, we come up with new things. We understand more things. So I think networking is very much important, and ये naturally एक part है हमारे profession का. ये बनेगा ही. आज अगर if I'm working on one project and that is good, there are 100 or maybe 1,000 people who are looking at it and they are appreciating.
Yes.
Maybe some people are not liking it also. They are putting their, they think that there's some scope of improvement, and then they put their point forward.
Yes.
So yes, we listen to all all of that, we also, then they obviously go, and whenever their projects come up, and they definitely call us for the design services. So it is a process of networking, yes.
Yes, and what about the networking within the industry, like with other architects and with other professionals? Like networking is something that is within industry and out of the industry. It is something that helps you with your whole business. It like you in it doesn't matter in whichever industry you are. It is all about the networking. That how strong your network is.
Correct.
So how is your network within industry?
I am also treasurer with IIA Mohali. So with that perspective, yes, I keep meeting my seniors, and they are very much respected in this profession already. So किसी भी एक सीनियर आर्किटेक्ट या जूनियर आर्किटेक्ट से बात करो तो आपको एक यू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि किस माइंडसेट से वी मतलब somebody just 2 days back said you do psychic reading also, as in just body language आप देखकर you can just understand what he's trying to convey. So with when we are sitting with them, yes, we try to understand with what maturity are they speaking that particular on that particular issue. So we try to understand their point as well, and then probably वो हमारा एक base बन जाता है next किसी और project में या किसी question का answer करने के लिए. तो networking जरूरी है और हमारे profession में बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरी है, because we have to deal with a lot of departments. We need to stand together and we have to move ahead.
Definitely. So, coming up to the next question. In the field known for creativity, how do you balance innovative design with the running a business? Practices of running a business. Can you please explain?
See, when I started my practice, एक साल के लिए मेरे पास बिल्कुल काम नहीं था. And I was thinking कि मैं कहाँ से काम लेके आऊँगी. पहले भी मेरे mind में during my job also and during my degree also I used to wonder कि काम आता कैसे. ये सबसे important aspect है हमारे profession का. So for one whole year I was just sitting idle. My parents said, okay, we'll give you a desk and that is it. Next, आपको जो करना है वो आप you go into the market, you talk to people, as said, networking करो, you design small things and then you have to it gets publicity itself. इस प्रोफेशन में प्रेजेंस फील होने के लिए बहुत टाइम लग जाता है.
Yes.
एक साल में नॉर्मली पीपल क्विट दिस प्रोफेशन.
Yes.
Within 6 months they say no, we are done and we cannot continue further. So creativity is one thing and binding that person, the clients, अपने साथ मतलब एक जोड़ के रखना फ्यूचर के लिए भी एक रिलेशनशिप फॉर्म करना is another thing. So that's more of a personality development thing. Now when we're coming to designing, अगर मैंने कोई भी design client को दिया and the client says कि नहीं, I did not like it, normally ये answer आएगा, or maybe we can work on more. I'll just take this example as in I'm talking to you and I say, okay, this is a black colored object and see, this is so beautiful. You'll ask me the question, okay, why is black beautiful? Why is red not beautiful or blue not beautiful, right? So I have to look at the bigger picture first. किस तरीके से I have to mold the client to my design, as in to for them to like, and obviously वो liking तभी आएगी अगर मैंने उनके हिसाब से designing कर रखी होगी. So I need to first design according. I need to read their mind first, design, put my abilities into that. हर project, हर घर, हर जगह होटल टाइप नहीं बन सकता.
Yes.
इसमें एक कंफर्ट जो है, जो फंक्शनैलिटी ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट है, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. तो पहले हमें एनालाइज करना जरूरी है क्या चाहिए, व्हाट इज द नीड, एंड देन वी डिजाइन, देन वी पुट इन, फिर हम तड़का लगाते हैं अपने डिजाइन का कि जो हाईलाइट होगा बहुत ज्यादा एंड जिसमें फंक्शन को भी और कंफर्ट को भी कोई मतलब हैम्पर नहीं होगा, एंड देन वी पुट द डिजाइन फॉरवर्ड एंड देन ऑब्वियसली मेक 2-3 ऑप्शंस to satisfy the client that yes, we've made these. If you say A, then A is here. If you say B plus C, then we have that here. In the end, we suggest, okay, we think that this option was better.
So, so according to the client's mentality, how difficult is it to convince the client for the design that you have made out of all the imagination, all the concepts coming up with one design, and how do you convince your client with that?
कहूंगी देखो ये मेरा डिजाइन आपको पसंद आया, you understand, the person would say no, I do not like it. हर एक प्रोजेक्ट में एक एसेंस होना चाहिए, एक पर्सनालिटी क्लाइंट की नजर आनी चाहिए, एक उसे फील है कि हाँ मेरा है, इट बिलोंग्स टू मी एंड ओनली मी. Obviously, any good architect or any architect would never copy paste things, but they can mold the designs in a way that it suits the client. And moreover, I think client को अगर हम लोग design का part बनाते हैं, that is very important. हम उन्हें हर चीज में, small things when we are designing, we ask them. Okay, now even if we are designing a cupboard, we ask them, do you hang clothes or you just pile them up? What is your choice? So when you're talking of these small things, client obviously, and in fact, he gets very excited and happy also. कि ये मेरे लिए बन रहा है. So something is getting customized for me. This is not copy and paste. If randomly I just go and yeah.
If you have the impact on them on the very first meeting, then they slowly they have to, every person who wants to be involved a particular thing that is made for them. But
Correct.
so
and I must tell you, after the third meeting, उसके बाद हम जो कहते हैं client कहते हैं okay, we are happy with it.
Then I've talked to you, I know that how convincing you are. I have seen you talking, so that how convincing you are. You can convince the person with your imagination. Like, if I'm making something for you, it is better for you. The person is like, okay, then we are good to go. That is all. So, I know you are very best with the designs. You are very best with everything. Is there any mistake in your journey that you wish that it couldn't have been?
Mistake in the journey.
Or any lesson?
A lot of mistakes. मैं हर प्रोजेक्ट में, हर काम में बहुत mistakes करती हूँ. But then
any particular lesson that you would have learned from that mistake, either from the client's perspective or from the design or concepts or anything, any lesson that you would have learned?
मुझे लगता है मैं तो बहुत गलतियां करती हूँ और बहुत ज्यादा करती हूँ, लेकिन गलती करने के बाद रिकवरी प्रोसेस जल्दी रहता है. Understand the thing.
Yes.
I make a mistake, everybody makes a mistake. I do not stay stagnant there. I move forward. Okay, now what quick action needs to be done? I have to recover this fast. So first, identifying the mistake and accepting it is also a big thing. Accepting it
takes a lot of guts to say somebody that I make a lot of mistakes, because people don't, say that I can't make mistakes.
Yeah.
Professional, like how can I make a mistake? But when somebody is making a mistake, they should have guts to say that yes, I made a mistake, but now I'm going to cover it up with the work.
Right. So we need to cover it up. I don't think so. I don't meet anybody who's perfect in anything. If you just draw A, अगर A भी लिखना होगा, आप 4 बार लिखोगे, 4 बार अलग होगा.
Yes.
So sometimes we understand, ठीक है, यहाँ ये था, मुझे अगला, I have to make it better. I have to draw it better. I have to design it better. ये गलती थी. So I would not call it mistakes. I would call it a process of learning. We are learning from what we did, but we need to recover fast. We just don't need to stop there and keep discussing. मुझसे ये हो गया, मुझसे ये गलती हो गई. अब अफसोस मनाने से better है कि हम आगे चलें. We just don't stop.
Yes, definitely. So, ma'am, talking about mistakes, as architect, we are working on somebody else's expenses.
Correct.
Like somebody spending on their home or their dream project. So when we make mistakes, it is like anybody can make mistakes. But how vital to not to get that level of mismanagement, or like when somebody is putting so much into one project, how do we manage it in a reliable way that nothing goes that wrong that cannot be recovered after that?
I hope my clients are not listening to this today, but if they are, then also I would like to say something. It is not that the client is always correct.
Yes.
You get that point? That ऐसा नहीं है. I know they are spending money.
Yes.
There would be many times when they are wrong, but obviously we cannot say it upfront कि ठीक है आप यहाँ गलत थे and we had to do it like this. You did not allow us to do it. But there's a softer way of saying it.
Yes.
But obviously, I think with such experience, the moments of bigger mistakes are lesser.
Yes.
When we collaborate with, as in your questions are pretty, to the point. When we collaborate with consultants, we have
Yes.
consultant visits to the site. Structure वाला जो होगा वो साइट पे जाके सरिया भी पूरा चेक करेगा, सब कुछ करेगा. Chances बहुत कम होते हैं किसी प्रॉब्लम के आने के. And for example, problem आ भी गया, we are there to face it. We are standing. I say one, एक चीज मैं क्लाइंट को हमेशा कहती हूँ कि हम कहीं नहीं गए. I'm sitting here and I'll be here forever. Till my lifetime. And अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, कुछ है, I'm sitting here and understand. Problem वहाँ होती है when the consultant doesn't respond.
Yes.
You understand? We can, as I said, we can recover easily. There's no mistake which cannot be,
Yes.
improvised on. But हमें वहाँ क्लाइंट के साथ खड़े रहकर उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना एक है. So I think normally we are also called problem solvers. किसी की भी प्रॉब्लम हो, चाहे ठेकेदार की प्रॉब्लम हो, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर की, मटेरियल की प्रॉब्लम हो, कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम है, क्लाइंट कम्स एंड सेज कि देखो मेरे साथ ये हो गया. We have to solve the problem. We need to make it easier. This entire process easier for him.
Yes. That was a great answer. I was expecting the same. So, so we are talking about ठेकेदार्स and consultants and contractors. Being a woman, not being, womanizer, I want to ask, being a woman, you do a lot of site visits, you do a lot of conceptualization, ठेकेदार से बात करना, contractor से बात करना. So how is it all being managed by you? कि any issue you have been facing or anything you want to tell people or the women who are versed in architecture that there is no limit in any way, either you are working or anything you want to say.
See, मुझे एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए. मैं कहीं पे भी जाती हूँ, I've heard things people saying where I've performed well. I would say that कि नहीं, ये तो लड़की है, इसको क्या पता. You understand that? Okay,
Yes.
she's a female. इसको क्या पता साइड पे क्या हो रहा है, आप तो एसी के ऑफिस में बैठे हो. I just upfront, this thing happened somewhere, and the client's daughter came up to me and she said, "You're a woman, right? You have to prove them." As in, they were talking like this, and you have to prove them that they were wrong. Ideally, it is not about man or a woman. Ideally, it is not that. You need to change the perspective. You need to be confident inside that yes, you can do it. Whatever you think. Not only in architecture, किसी भी फील्ड में होगा, you need to, पैशन होना जरूरी है. उस चीज को अचीव करने का जज्बा is what we say, वो होना बहुत जरूरी है कि हमें ये चीज अचीव करनी है, जैसे मर्जी करें. So if you have that, you can conquer the world. I think you can conquer the world.
Yeah,
So,
I do. Yes, because many people, we have been looking to many architects, like you are the one, architect Simran Gopal ma'am. We have been looking up to everybody. They are doing constant site visits. It is not about you are sitting in your office on a very comfy chair, you are having a sip of coffee, and you are making the contractors and the ठेकेदार्स do everything. Like you are having each and everything aligned. You make the constant site visits and have everything noted to you, that you know what is going on. That is the thing is the beauty of the work that you people are doing. Because it is
correct. I also think कि शायद I am very dumb to feel कि अगला बंदा क्या सोच रहा है मेरे बारे में. I have deaf ears towards him. I don't know what is happening. And also, बहुत बार I think सिमरन मैम के साथ भी होता होगा और मेरे साथ तो बहुत होता है. Moment I'm at the site, I am the single only female at the site, and there are 25-30 men. They cannot do anything, wrong. They cannot. They immediately वो active हो जाते. ओहो, आ गई, site पे आ गई. You understand that? और ये बहुत बार होता है. And many times clients say कि contractor ने हमें बोला कि मैम को मत बताना. तो you understand that? So मतलब ये मैन और वुमन का नहीं है, एक के अंदर से जो हमारी करने की इच्छा है,
like
उस पे ज्यादा.
you are a commander.
We are the commanders. Yeah.
You are a male or female. You are a commander. You are commanding 30 at a time. At a time, they are even respecting your decisions. Even as we, it is very difficult to convince ठेकेदार and contractors कि भाई काम करो काम करो काम करो. But it is something you when you command in a proper way, everyone has to listen. Everyone has all theirs when you are on this in the office. It's all about your skills as a commander.
एंड आई थिंक मोटिवेट भी करना पड़ता है. बहुत बार ऐसे होता है कि कॉन्ट्रैक्टर इज फीलिंग वेरी सैड अबाउट द पेमेंट्स, या कुछ पेमेंट्स नहीं, कुछ नहीं हुआ. सो आई ट्राई टू मोटिवेट देम कि नहीं, तुम देखो तुम बना क्या रहे हो, तुम बना करके निकलो. इफ यू आर वर्किंग विद ऑनेस्टी एंड विद ऑल द गुड इंटेंशन, यू विल नेवर गो रॉन्ग. आपको उसका बेनिफिट कहीं ना कहीं तो मिल ही जाएगा.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So we need to motivate these people also.
Yes. So coming to the motivation, is there any advice or motivation for architecture students or somebody who is manifesting like you to pursue architecture something? So any advice for them?
I think I have a lot of advices. ऐसे भी conversation में बहुत, I think I'm speaking a lot and I have a lot to speak about, as in it is not just this. Advices, एक सबसे important चीज patience.
Yes.
I think this is for everybody. But आजकल जो interns आते हैं हमारे पास, they want everything quickly. They think कि ठीक है, हमें छुट्टी मिल जाए, हमारे को कोई object ना करे, हम क्या कर रहे हैं, नहीं कर रहे हैं. Though I've got a very good lot of interns with me always, and they're some of them are with me as permanent employees also. But then patience is the first thing. Consistency. You fail, you have to recover. You fail, you have to recover. You don't have to stop there and think नहीं मेरे साथ गलत हो गया, I have to quit.
Yes.
So you have to be there. You have to stand in the thick and thin. जो भी अच्छा हुआ काम तभी बढ़िया, तभी रहना है. जब नहीं हुआ तब भी रहना है. और हमारा profession is much like wine. Older it gets better. So it is not a quick thing कि ठीक है, we get a lot of good packages in the market कि हम जाके कर सकते हैं. Do we know? I think maximum institutions में अगर कोई architect आता है, suppose interview के लिए भी आएगा, first question मेरा रहता है, tell me the size of a brick. 99 students fail in this question. They are unable to answer. Just imagine that is the first chapter, first book that we open, first period in our class, and students don't even know this. So sometimes I really feel sorry कि उनको एक basic ही नहीं पता जहाँ से शुरू हुए हम, the basics. And then obviously they need to be very well aware of the construction techniques also. I would say कि जो हमारे educational institutions हैं, they also need to think about it. मुझे लगता है कि many students are there, उन्होंने शायद सीमेंट को कभी हाथ भी नहीं लगाया. Understand?
Yes.
And then obviously this profession takes a lot out of you, gives a lot to you.
Yes.
So we don't have nicely filed nails, or we don't have the perfect eyeliner. So we are kind of rough and tough in our field, and then yes, you should know whether you're made for this field or not.
Yes, because what I feel is that you need to have the knowledge of every single aspect in the design industry, because until you don't have the knowledge, you can't command somebody to do so.
Correct, right.
Because the main drawback everyone is having right now is everyone is working with the technology. Nobody is serving with their own hands, or they are working to the sites in the initial stage. Like as you were saying about, nobody would have been worked with cement or the bricks in the initial, but I feel that is where the skills come from. When we are working with everything with our own interest.
Right.
So I think that it was very briefing about the technology. When we are using technology, it should be technology and skill should go hand in hand. That you should know every aspect of what you are doing.
We are losing originality.
Yes.
There's a software my 3D artist was working, और हम एक render निकालने को we take a lot of hours, right?
Yes.
So recently he said कि मैम देखो ये क्या आया. There was one website or maybe some software app sort of thing, और उसके अंदर उसने एक raw bathroom की photograph डाली या raw bedroom की डाली, and he just entered and वहाँ पे पूरा interiors उसका room का डाल था. So अब वो same copy paste कितना होगा? You understand that it is so quick, but
yes.
You should not move away from the originality. What your personality is, you need to put that in. what are clients' expectations, his personality, you need to take care of that as well. And their feelings also. As in we create spaces which, you know, it is not an object that we just sell it out. It is a space where we feel a lot of things. So it's more of an emotional bonding. So this is what I think. Yeah.
So my next question is a little funny, I guess. So my question is, if you were not an architect, what would you be? If you were not an architect, I know you have manifested becoming an architect, but if you were not an architect, what would you be?
I don't think so I'll be able to answer that question. There was only one thing and I think I'll stick to it. I don't know. I've never thought of it. Yeah.
Because I know you have manifested to become an architect when you are one. And I feel like this is when you dream something, you have big dreams, and you know, slowly and steadily you reach out to that point where you know that yes, I have succeeded with something, you know. So, ma'am, my next question is, I think the last question. As you know that AI has come in the every industry, right? And as we were talking about students, how technology has taken over about everything. But how do you think that AI or the technology is adversely affecting industry right now? That's the architecture.
Yeah, I think this question I already answered कि originality से हम भाग रहे हैं.
Yes.
Original idea, you know, हमारे brain में कुछ है. There's no app that can translate that idea onto paper. You understand that? Okay, specific we have those softwares where we can help the client to understand or visualize things.
Yes.
That way the technology is very good. But there's no software till date which can take things or maybe, you know, feelings out of the heart and just trace it on the paper.
Yes. Because
So,
yeah. Because right now there is a lot of distraction going on in the students' lives. That there is social media, there is so many things going on right now. Then that is where, like as you already said, that you have an idea, then you can't ask any app to do so. But how, when you don't even have an idea, how can you ask any technology to answer to your idea when you don't have it on your, like we can't ask any app or any technology to generate an idea for us.
Correct. I think there are two different things. One is the idea, the other thing is representing it. Representing it, as I said, is okay.
Yes.
We hold a very important position in there to understand what is right, what is wrong for us. Or maybe there could be some improvement, but I don't think that there's going to be any software that, you know, gets into the brain. Understanding, you know, as an architect, I am not a single person जो एक रूम डिजाइन कर रहा है और एक ही बंदे के लिए डिजाइन कर रहा है. घर डिजाइन करता है एक बंदे के लिए. We are designing it for 10 people. There are 100 people working on that project. Users could be as I said 10. Users could be 1 lakh as well. We need to think about all of that. हमने हर एक के बारे में सोच के चलना. Just like a head of a family, we have to think about everybody.
Yes.
So I think the answer to this question would be we are inspired by our senior architects. What we are doing today, आज हम अच्छा कर रहे हैं, but future के लिए I think we need to be the inspiration ideally. And thanks to MMH that we are talking about all this here on this platform, which is very much necessary. We need to make, you know, this very public to the younger generation.
Yes.
See, there are a lot of things in the market. We want to buy one thing, we get 10 things in the market, but we should know what do we want. So that one particular thing, we cannot buy all 10 of them. So we need to be choosy of what we want, what I need, what the generation needs.
Yes, definitely. So that was from thank you so much, ma'am. I was so grateful to have a conversation with you. It was so thoughtful and so engaging conversation. So if you have anything to say to the audience, please go ahead. That was from my end.
I think there are a lot of people who are watching this, and I am really thankful to each one. I think many of my clients and my staff is also there. So A big thank you to everybody, a big thank you to MMH for the invitation, and I really look forward to a lot of things in future with you. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.